Hello everyone. Today is Saturday, December 10th, 2022. It's actually a little bit after noon in Eastern time, and I wanted to review market action or our price action for the four different markets I trade. So ES, NQ, gold, and crude. Before I start, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and also to look at the description for several links I have there. Among them, the Apex Trading, they have a 50% discount. A Top Step Trader also, they offer 20%, etc., etc. So all of those links are in the description below. If you want to make comments, welcome. I welcome them, and also if you want to subscribe to Discord, that would be also a good idea. You can ask questions there, and I would normally respond, or somebody in the community would do. Okay, so let's get started. And remember to trade at your own risk. I'm sharing with you my strategy, but hopefully that one would help you. And you haven't defined your own strategy to trade. Anyway, so let's continue. So I do have here the 30 minutes chart for ES, and if you see before the market opened, market was actually moving kind of up to sideways. Moving averages are stuck to the upside. So you have, prior day move was also a little bit choppy within the day, but was pointing higher. And then overnight it was, in the direction of a correction here to the upside. If you see this one in a longer period, you see that there is. And I'm gonna put here a drawing tool, and then I'm gonna put a ray there from that point to that point. You see that it almost exactly touched at the before they started, touched that this descending line here. And it rejected it. So you have an attempt to do a higher high, but then came back down and made a lower high right there. And then you see that the moving averages were stuck to the upside, and then started to move to the downside, and then they started to cross. So this one was a congestion day, kind of, I would say, reversal. If you see, you have a market that it's coming up this way, made a low, then a lower high, and then another move to the downside right there. Okay, so, and then it started to break that one. So this one, it looks like a reversal. It is actually a reversal. So we'll see what the next week is going to do. But price action here was complicated. If you see here in this area also, you have counter trend. So price is moving to the upside, while moving averages are started to come down and being like or started to cross over, and so being bearish. And then in the afternoon, the resumed to the downside was confirmed, and it started to move down with a lot of congestion, very slow, a lot of small bars that were with some wicks to the upside and down. So it wasn't a very easy day to trade, but finally it broke to the downside at the end of the day. So I would say that my bias in ES is bearish. So let's see what the Renko chart or the entry chart did. Again, size of this is, let me show you here, it's tick trend is 4, open offset is 10, and then the reversal is 20. So 4 4 is the tick trend in there. So okay, in before the market opened, there was a news, so market reacted negatively to it, and then if you see there, this move to the downside, what happened in actually seconds. So within the 1 minute, if you see and note this time here, you do have, in 8:30, 8:30, 8:30, 8:31, and then 8:35. So all of this move happened very, very rapidly, very difficult to catch this one. And there was in this area a choppy area that continued throughout the day, all the way moving to the upside, but very, very choppy. So very complicated market to trade on Friday. Now the entries. The entry would have been so 8:30 was critical. Market before that, market was teasing to the upside, and then broken this diagonal here, and then moved to the downside, breaking all the moving averages to the downside. So a resting order either around this area. This one is riskier, but around this area would have been probably a good idea. The resting order would lay there, and then you could catch 1 or 2 targets here in this move. But again, it happened really, really fast, and probably there was a lot of slippage also there. So very risky to trade in this area. Okay, let's look at NQ. NQ in the 30 minutes looks exactly or almost exactly as the 30 minutes, so as the ES. So I'm not going to spend much time on this one. Just saying that if you see the movement of NQ, there's a bunch of wicks there that makes the market very volatile there. So you see that there are wicks all over. So NQ is more volatile. If you know how to trade that, it's great. If you are successful, that's even better. But it was really, really tough to trade this one also. You see in the Renko chart, this one is actually. This one is tough. I mean, it was around the moving averages the whole day. Moving averages, if you look at this one here, the purple line, this one is the 200, and the 200 was moving horizontally, and it started to move to the upside there. But after this big move, it was actually, chopping as well as the ES. So not really a trend day. It was actually a range day, a consolidation day. Now if you stay away, that's good. If you try to this one, hopefully to trade NQ, hopefully you were not chopped. There was very, very little room and opportunities to trade. At the end of the day, when a market broke this consolidation area, you can that one is not good. So I was trying to do something like that. So you have like a triangle also when it was broken off of that line. Probably this line would have been better like that. That one at the end of the day would have been a good entry, and then you could catch this probably part of the move that happened at the end of the day. Still, it was triggered by after 3:15, 3:30 p.m. After 3:30 actually, if you look at that there. So after 3:30, very tough to trade that one. But I'm sure that some people cut that move. Okay, so let's go to GC or gold. And in gold, what we have in the 30 minutes is almost an uptrend. So trying to conquer again these highs here in the big picture, right? So what you do have though is, or you can see clearly, is a channel that it's moving up. So price was going to the downside here in the 30 minutes. So it was coming here. There is 1, 2, and 3 points that were actually touching this area here. So from there, market started to move to the upside, and then touch this one here. When it came back, this what as good, would have been a good entry, then came back up, trying to come back, and then here it touched again the trend line. So it's higher highs, higher lows, but in the intraday there was a couple of good opportunities bouncing off of this area here. So let's see how Renko reacted to it, or how do we see the price action in Renko. So market opens at 8:20. So before that, 6 a.m. probably that one there, if you're Eastern time like me, you wouldn't be able to catch this move to the upside. Now it was news came at 8:30, and that one also was a negative reaction for crude. So you do have something that you normally see in tops, that it's 1, 2, maybe 3 attempts, and with lower highs, and then the market would break to the downside. Now, if there are, for the counter trend traders, there is an opportunity here, moving out of this kind of semi-channel at the top here, so you could trade this one. But the rules that I have doesn't allow me to trade within this cloud, the Ichimoku cloud. So the first entry would have been there. It's not perfect either, but because if you see the momentum is extended a little bit all the way there. But there was a good catch, a good move from that area here to this area here. Now market has started to move up, and then range, the started to range also. So so not that many setups here. It was a tough day for gold as well. So what I'm waiting is to see if the market, if gold is going to break to the upside or not. Let me see if I have a different chart where we can see crude. Just 1 second. I mean, we can see gold. Just 1 second. Okay, so let's use this one. So in the daily, I do have some additional charts here. So in the daily, hopefully you can see this one. In the daily, what happens with gold is that you have, move to the upside, then comes back down almost to the area in between 61 and 50, bouncing off of the 50 and then moving up again, and now it's doing this. And there was a good entry right there, but the market is trying to move to the upside. So a critical area here would be over 1820. If it can break over there, I would be more bullish, and on the break of this first day there. So it seems that it's going that way, but you know, the gold has presented some good opportunities from this area and then from this area here. So even in the intraday, you know, it's kind of like this bar here, that bar there. Those are really good days. And then this one here, it's kind of like being now in a range in between that point and that point. So we need to wait until that one resolves. If it comes back down, then we need to wait until that break happens. There's some resistance here, and we'll see if it resolves to the upside or to the downside. Okay, so now let's look at crude. Crude is kind of like a different beast. All the fundamentals for crude are saying that it's undervalued, but we're not talking about fundamentals here. We're talking about technical analysis. So if we see the technicals for crude, they are not very good. So you do have crude coming back from this area here. There, and now it's a little bit extended to the downside. So so here you have the first touch, the first touch right here on this descending channel, and then you have trying to break, and trying to break again. So it's kind of like debating there. What I would expect that is going to bounce a little bit, but it's not doing it. And if you take this here also, it has have a very large move, lower lows and lower highs all the way there. But now it seems that it's consolidating in this area here. We'll see what it's going to do. So there was a reaction at this point at the $70 level, and then but still the moving averages are stuck to the downside. So every long entry here still is a counter trend. Let's look at the crude, what it did during the day. So pre-market crude was, and there are some nasty good opportunities here that to make a couple of dollars. Actually, this I traded crude before the market opened, if I recall correctly, and it was kind of like very little money out of this move here, but nothing really. So you see that the market is ranging. With this channel, what I'm trying to do is to identify what are the areas overnight that have the more points, and I would say that probably that one would be right in this area here. And then in the downside, you will see that there are, I would say this one here. So that would give an extension to this area up here, the red area, which is the overbought area. This red area right there, and then you have your congestion area or the channel that is happening in the overnight here. So I would expect that, I was expecting that one to crude to go sideways as well. And it seems that it did. So the movement on price could have been to go to this area here or to break to this area down on the oversold area, and then probably continue to the downside or move to the upside. So let's look what it did. surely enough, it stayed in the channel. At this point, you were saying, okay, no trades for me, no trades for me, no trades for me. And now it started to break to the downside. And then, so in this area here, this is tricky because, you are in the downside. So most likely what you would expect if the range continues is that this one is going to come back to the middle of it again. So, but what happened is that you have a channel here and it's finally breaking to the downside. So there is kind of a nice room in between this point here and that point there to take advantage of this, these targets basically, but not that much promising. And then, surely enough, market broke this down here and continue moving down. Now at the end of the day, before market close, or after 2:30 p.m., market had a recovery and move up to the VWAP. But overall, a range day prior to this move. So in the market on crude had moved significantly in the previous days. So you see in the let's go back and let me show you the crude in the daily here. So you see you have this is the daily, so you have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of crude moving down. So when you are in this area here, when you have 3 or 4 days of a strong move, well, these candles are a little bit smaller. If you can tell that the momentum is being it is slowing down. Now target here could be this 168 if it continues, or it could have like a bounce to the moving average. So this one is a lower high, and now it's looking for a lower low. So it could do something like that, face this level here and then come back down, or it could do a reversal. The reversal would be something like this, right? So you go there, you make a low, then you make a high, you make a higher low, and then you break to the upside. So that could be a nice reversal for crude. Now, if you see this channel, this channel here, the one that is highlighted now, it's a descending channel. So the market is still moving to the downside, and you have also MACD and stochastics triggered to the downside about 3 to 4 days ago. 3 days on this one and 2 days on this one. So we'll see what it's going to do, but crude has not recovered, and it's moving to the downside still. All right, so I think that I covered most of the price action for the instruments. Remember to subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I would be happy to see if I can respond it. Thank you so much for watching.